Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Backyard Build. Today we're going to get into tackling the interior. So I'm going to get the Camaro moved into the driveway and start pulling the interior out. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to show you the reason I'm going to pull the interior out. The seats and the carpet and stuff. As you can see, there's mildew, mold growing on the rear floor. This car was closed up, and so there was condensation and stuff in here on the windshield and the windows and stuff. And who knows, he may have had a drink or something that was in here when he wrecked, and then that spilled back here. And then there's some on the seat right here. And in the front it has WeatherTech floor liners. That are dirty, looks like something had spilled on it as well. So my guess is he might have had a drink that went flying when he crashed. So there's mud on the floor over there, obviously, from when I was getting in and out, working on it out at the farm where it was at. And then you can see there's tons of cobwebs in all the corners down here in the door pocket. So we'll get the interior all pulled out so that the seats can get all cleaned up. The carpet can come out, pressure wash the carpet, let it dry. So when it goes back in, it's nice and clean. Anyway, so all right, let's get into it. You can see how dirty it is under here. Now we can get the back seat out, and then the plastics around the edge here so that the carpet can come out, center console, and then the driver's side seat. So you can see there's lots and lots of ants under the seat. So glad I'm pulling the interior out. Get all these ants out of here. First I thought they were mouse droppings when I first glanced when the seat popped up, but I didn't notice they were moving. The little ants found their way in here. So to be expected when the car was sitting. Okay, we're actually gonna kill all the ants and get rid of them so they don't climb anywhere else. Got all the ants and stuff cleaned up. Just need to vacuum up the little bits of dirt and dead ones, but got the majority of it pulled out. So now we can move on to the center console. Okay, so I got as much of the center console as I can from this side. I got to pull the seat out on the other side to get the side trim out to get to the screws back there and then be able to pull it out. So since I'm done on this side, I'm going to move the car over this way so that I have more room on the other side for pulling the seat out. Okay, so we got the center console taken out. Since the carpet goes up over the transmission hump and attaches as one piece behind the stereo, I'm going to remove the stereo stuff here and see if I can get in there to be able to take a knife and cut it to where there's still going to be plenty that goes over the top of the transmission tunnel so that the carpet won't be pulling out at all. So let's see what we can find out in here. I'm gonna have to try to get a knife up in there and cut the carpet as far up in there as I can so that you won't be able to see it once I put the interior back in, because I'm not removing the whole dash just to be able to take the carpet out to clean it. So okay, so what I did is I took my knife, this was under here, and I ran it really close to here to get that to come down, because this piece of carpet's all one piece going across here. You have to remove the dash to get to it. So, and once the plastic trim piece is on the side of the dash right here, it'll close this up and you won't see any of this. Okay, so I just ended up slitting it right here so that way there's plenty to tuck underneath. This piece comes out around, cut an angle right there, cut an angle right there. It definitely helps to have a brand new blade, because not only is this carpet pretty thick with a pretty thick plastic backing on it, but then it has pretty thick, you know, it's like a 1/4 inch insulation on the back. So if you don't have a new blade, it's gonna, you know, be pretty hard. So anyway, so should be ready to pull the carpet out now. So let's get on with that. Okay, as you can see, we got the carpet out. More ants down in here. So we're gonna spray those and kill them. This is just window cleaner. Okay, so I'm gonna get the carpet all pressure washed off from the coffee stains and the mold and stuff. I already covered it in a bunch of Dawn dish soap, so as I go to wash it, you'll see it'll foam up like crazy. And then you just let it hang somewhere for a couple of days, kind of fold it in half so it drapes over. And after a couple of days, it'll be completely dry. The carpet itself and the insulation on the backside. I fold it over where the insulation is facing up, that way the sun can beat on it, because it's a lot thicker than the carpet itself. So anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I got that all sudsed up. I'm gonna let that soak for about 10 minutes, and then I'll get to pressure washing it off and get it nice and clean. So, all right, let's let it soak. Okay, so it's another day. Today we're gonna get into getting the trunk cleaned up, getting all the jam here and stuff. You can see it's all dirty from sitting for a long time. And then in here, it's pretty dirty. There was some ants in here as well, just like there was under the back seat. So I sprayed them. Not all those specks you're seeing are ants. Some of it's just little pieces of dirt and stuff. And there's ants and dirt and whatever. So I sprayed them with some window cleaner and killed them. So I'm gonna get all the carpet surround pieces pulled out of here so I can get them cleaned up and clean behind them. And obviously in the trunk jam at the bottom of the trunk and stuff. So anyway, all right, let's get into it. Okay, so we got the trunk jam all cleaned up. As you can see, looks a heck of a lot better. Gotta do the inside and then put the trunk seal back on. Okay, so I'm gonna get the battery pulled out so I can get the tray underneath the battery all wiped out. You can see it's pretty nasty and dirty in here. So okay, so this is underneath the battery. It's pretty nasty. I don't know what the heck brown liquid is down in here, but anyway. All right, well, let's get into it, cleaning that up. Okay, so I got the trunk all cleaned up. Where the battery goes, way better looking. Pulled the plug out of the bottom and rinsed it all down so it all just wash out, because you can't wash underneath of the battery tray because it's spot welded to it. But if you rinse around, it'll go through all the channels and get everything down and go out the plug in the bottom. So anyway, so that's all done. Now I just need to dry it up with paper towels and then get all up in here wiped up with some Lysol wipes and stuff. Get that all cleaned out because it's, you know, filthy dirty, and then dry it all up with a paper towel. And then once the interiors for the trunk is dry, then I can put it back in. Okay, so I got as far as I can get on the trunk while I'm waiting for the carpets and stuff to dry. So in the meantime, I want to work on cleaning up the door jambs because they're filthy dirty from it sitting. So, and then on the outside part of the door as well. So anyway, let's get into that. Okay, so you can see I got the door jambs all cleaned up. Look a billion times better. Looks like brand new. Just needs a seal plate put on. And I got around the door. Nice and clean all the way around the door. So now I'll wait to clean the interior till I get it all back in or whatever. So it's like getting the cobwebs and stuff out, or the spider webs off the door panel and getting them wiped out. Okay, it's another day. We're going to get into getting the floor panel all vacuumed up because there's little bits of rock and pine needles and stuff down under here. But the floor pan's all cleaned up really nice. Just need to vacuum up all the stuff that's down in here. That way I can get the carpet put back in because all the carpets are all dry. So anyway, all right, let's get into that. Alright, so we got the floor panel all vacuumed up and cleaned up. So now we're going to bring the carpet in and get it in and start putting the interior back together. So let's get into it. Okay, so I got the interior all the way back in. The carpet, the center console, the seats, the rear seat, the floor mats, shifter, all that stuff. The whole interior is all put back together. Now we're going to be moving on to getting the trunk in, because all the parts, the surrounds and the carpet and all that stuff is all nice and dry. So let's get that all in. Okay, got the trunk all back together. Got the surrounds in there. Yeah, trunk looks really good. So we're all done in the trunk. Okay, so we got the interior and the trunk all finished up. So on the next episode, we're gonna get into doing the front end parts, getting the radiator core support all replaced and everything up there in the front. So stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you in the next one.